Hi, I'm Natasha Tracy, and this is Bipolar Burble. Today I want to talk about feeling in control during a pandemic. So I know we're living in a very strange time right now. I know we're living in a time where every social media feed and every news station, and in fact, every conversation we have mentions coronavirus, COVID-19. I know we're all talking about it, and when we're not talking about it, we're thinking about it. And the trouble is, with COVID-19, most of what's out there we don't know and we can't control. We don't know a lot about this virus. We don't know a lot about treating this virus. There's no cure for this virus. There's no vaccine for this virus. The unknowns outnumber the knowns 3-1. And there are so many things about it that we can't control. Well, we all want to do the things that are recommended by the CDC and the WHO, like making sure that we wash our hands and social distancing and all of that stuff. We still can't control, when it comes down to it, if we get the virus. We can't control what happens if our loved ones get the virus. We can't control how severe it will be, if they need to go to the hospital, how many cases there will be in our city, and so on and so forth. There are so many things that we just can't control. And the effect that this can have is that we can feel completely out of control in our lives. So the question is, how can we reverse that at least a little bit? Because the trouble is, the less in control we feel, the more anxiety we feel. So for me, I'm doing a few things. One of them is I'm really trying to control my own routine. I had a routine before this started, and I'm going to try to keep going with that routine to the best of my ability. And if I choose to modify that routine, I do so consciously. I say, okay, I can't do something like go out and have breakfast in my favorite restaurant. I can't do that. So instead, I'm going to purposefully put something else in that spot. So maybe I just take a walk instead of walking to the restaurant. Maybe I just walk to and from the restaurant, get a breath of fresh air, move my legs, move my body a little bit. And that goes into the place of actually eating in a restaurant. Maybe I choose to cook myself something special as part of my routine because I don't do what I would normally do during that time. And I think it's thinking about your routine as something that you can control, that what you do from moment to moment is completely within your control. And sometimes those things that you control are tiny things, like I'm going to feed my cats at 5 p.m. That's when I'm going to feed them. And you have complete control over that. It's very simple. Or something like I'm going to brush my teeth, but when I wake up in the morning. Very simple. And when you start realizing that you have control over these small and simple acts, that can actually snowball into you having control over larger things in your life and just feeling less out of control. And the less out of control you feel, the less anxiety you feel. Because that anxiety with the coronavirus is completely normal. But if you can decrease it a little and get a little bit of that control back, you're going to find a little more peace during this challenging time. My name is Natasha Tracy, and this is Bipolar Burble.